Hello. Let's just get on with it.
Behold my might!
Shame on you, Mr. Rias!
No!
Using magic for evil!
And that's how the evil magician Mr. Rias was defeated, or something. Fucking auto text. See you for Act 2, everybody! Bravo, bravo, Juicy! Wow, Apollo, wasn't that a great trick? You bet, never seen such a great magic act. Did you know they even featured Trussy's show on TV this morning? Penrose Theatre, a well-known gateway to success for entertainers. It's here at this famous theatre that we'll finally get to see Juicy Wright's Juicy in Grammary the long-awaited revival of the magic of true grammary. Wow, that explains why there's a TV crew here to cover the show. This is the perfect opportunity to promote the Wright King Agency too. After all, people look up things they see on TV, right? But wouldn't they be looking up the talent part and not the law part of our agency? Mamma mia, you're right. We get nothing but requests from Trussy's fans, wouldn't we? Oh well. Guess we'll just have to make it the old-fashioned way. My name is Apollo Justice. I'm a rookie lawyer with only about 2 years of experience under my belt. We're here to see Trussy's magic show. She's a fellow member of our agency. We came on behalf of our boss, Mr. Wright, who's away on a trip. And did you hear, Apollo? Even though it's only a debut, her shows are completely sold out. What? Really? That's amazing. Well, a star is born. Who knows how far she'll go? At this rate, nothing in the world can stop us. You do realise this has nothing to do with you, right? And this is Athena Sykes. She's another member of our agency. You may not look it, but at just 19 years old, she's a lawyer as well. What do you mean, she may not look it? Of course I look the part. Care to explain how exactly? Oh, come on, have a heart. Stop treating me like a child. That gadget around Athena's neck that spoke just now, that's Widget. Widget helps Athena out with her special field of expertise, analytical psychology. He also has a habit of blowing up whatever Athena's really thinking. Yeah, this little guy can be a little unruly at times. Hey, upgrade me already! Your attention, please. The show will only start after a 20-minute intermission. We ask that you please be back in your seats before the next act. Thank you. Hey, why don't we go say hi to Trucy in her dressing room right during the break? Oh yes, Let's go see the big star. I'm so nervous. What should I say to her? Whatever you usually say to her at the office every day. So this is Juicy's dressing room. Looks like she's busy over there with someone. Could you sign this, please, ma'am? Sure thing. Just this one sheet in this clipboard, right? Fan asking for Juicy's autograph, maybe? I don't think so. Looks like some kind of contract. Thank you very much. I'll get this to the producer right away. Great, thanks. Oh! Holly, Athena, you came! Of course! Congratulations on your big debut! Thanks. Who was that just now, by the way? Somebody from Take-Two TV. They want to turn my magic show into a TV special. They're planning to broadcast it nationwide. Can you imagine? Wow, you really are a big star. Hey, can I get your autograph later, Juicy? Sure, my signature's in high demand today. Would you like one too, Polly? Yeah, actually I would. Oops, looks like I ran out of flyers, so I'll have to sign your forehead instead. Hey, knock it off. Look, just forget about the autograph. This is Juicy Wright. She's the magician and Mr. Wright's adopted daughter. She's becoming quite renowned in the magic world these days for her impressive skills. A lot of people get this wrong, but Oliver's actual job is being my magic assistant. No, you're the one who gets it wrong. Oh, think you can do that trick you always do at the office for me, Juicy? Okay. Behold, the wondrous magic that can make anything disappear. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! My magic panties are an extra-dimensional galaxy. Bravo, Juicy, bravo! Okay, but why do you always have to make my attorney's badge disappear? Well, that's because out of everyone at the Wright Anything Agency, you're the one I get the best reaction out of. That doesn't make my poor badge feel any better. Thanks again for inviting us, Juicy. Thank you for coming. Your show sure packs a wallop. I nearly fell out of my seat when that dragon showed up. And when it attacked you, oof. I was terrified, even though I knew it was all just a part of the show. That's good, because that trick is the crowning glory of Act 1. I'm really glad you're enjoying the show. I heard your shows are completely sold out, Juicy. They say your fans were all over the tickets the instant they became available. Like hungry wolves going after their prey. Sounds like you've made a loyal pack of followers for yourself already, Juicy. But you two are the only ones who got a special VIP invitation from me. Today's just a dress rehearsal for the performers, staff, family and friends. General probe, huh? That's what they call it in Germany. The real show isn't until the day after tomorrow. By the way, are you going to finally do your magic panties trick on stage after the break? Sorry to disappoint anyone who came just to see my magic panties. But my next trick is completely new. I'm debuting it today. Ooh, a new trick, huh? Are you gonna chop Apollo up into little lawyer bits? Funny, I don't recall ever agreeing to anything like that. Well that does sound like a good idea. Today's trick is a totally new Troop Grammar original. The entire future of the Troop is riding on the success of this special new trick. How so? This show is really important to me. It isn't like any of the other shows I've done. As the rightful heir to the Troop Grammary repertoire of magic, this show is my first chance to unveil the tricks I've inherited. Troop Grammary, huh? Yeah, I have a poster of them hanging right over there. Feels like it's been ages since I've seen a picture of them. Troop Grammary was a group of magicians who dominated the magic world in their day. Apparently added a new member just for this game. Trucy is the sole heir to the group's entire repertoire of stage magic. Huh? Who's this guy in green and purple on the left here? Oh, that's the great Mr. Bruce, the other magician in today's show. He used to belong to Troop Grammary too, a long time ago. Hey, so tell us more about this special magic you're going to reveal today. It's a secret troop... It's a secret Troop Grammary trick, left behind by my late granddaddy, Magnifi Grammary. It's never been performed before, so this is the first time it will be seen by the public. Grand unveiling, huh? No wonder she's been working so hard. Well, I better get going. Huh? Where to? To practice my act, of course. The show's only a few days away. You're really pushing yourself. Didn't you practice until late last night too? Yep, because everything's got to be just right. Trucy inherited all of Troop Grammary's magic tricks from her father when he died. And the troop's entire legacy is now resting on her shoulders. No wonder she's feeling the pressure. Looks like everything's going well today, though. I mean, that last trick was perfect. Grace under pressure, that's me. After all, a true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. That's the Troop Grammary creed. It's hard to believe you've accomplished so much even though you're still in high school. But to tell you the truth, I'm actually pretty nervous. Who wouldn't be? Oh, I bet this would do the trick. You'll be fine, Trucy. If anybody can do it, you can. Ollie, that was just the boost I needed. Thanks. Others fine sure is a way of really hitting you right in the heart and in the ears. Enough ragging on my voice already. Trucy? Oh, hi, Bonnie. It's almost time for the second act. Oh, okay, thanks. Well, Apollo, Athena, enjoy the rest of the show. Break a leg, Trucy. Thanks, I will. I hope our new trick goes well. Hey, this is Trucy we're talking about. She'll be fine. Oh, I wouldn't be so sure. Huh? Performing magic is like walking a tightrope. There's always an element of danger. One little mistake can even cost you your life, you know. I wonder if she'll make it across today. And what do you mean by that exactly? Oh, nothing. Now, if you'll excuse me. She's gone. What was that all about? Judging by what she said, I'm going to guess she's probably a magician too. Come on, Apollo. We gotta get back to our seats now or we'll be late. Ow, hey, stop pulling. Okay, let's see. Guess it's time to move back to the stage. Hurry up, Apollo. It's about to start. I want to see what Trucy's next trick is. Yeah, you're really wound up today, aren't you? Why don't you take your seat and try to relax? Well, look, there's a TV reporter over there. With a TV camera and everything. Oh, yeah, baby. Athena, sit down, you're blocking people's view. Yeesh, feel like I'm babysitting here. Hello everyone, I'm reporting from the beautiful Penrose Theatre, where the public performance of Trucy in Grammaryland begins in just 2 short days. But today, they're very kindly agreed to give us a sneak preview. Isn't this exciting? Hello, do you think I was on TV just now? How should I know? But if you were disgracing our entire agency, that's for sure. Hey, what the heck's that supposed to mean? Oh, here it comes.
Now, give up your dastardly ways! Huh? Over here. Ah! Ah! Come now, Mr. Hat. Offer the girl's life up to Mr. Rias and bring him back to life. What?
Just when and how did she make the switch?
You won't be reviving anyone today.
Well, that was amazing. I have no idea how she escaped that coffin. Glad Trucy's escape trick went off without a hitch. And when I open the coffin, like this, inside you see... Mysteries. But how? I wonder what's going on. He's not getting up. Eee! Trucy? What just happened? Oh man, an accident! Is, like, that guy dead? Wait, that's not part of the act? Attention please. For your own safety, we ask that everyone please evacuate the building. What's going on? Is Trucy okay? Outside, everyone! Evacuate immediately, please! Oh, hey, stop grabbing at me! Trucy! They kicked us out. Hey, what gives? Somebody please tell us what's going on. Oh, Trucy, I hope she's okay. Hey, here comes that staff member from before. Your attention, please. We regret to inform you that today's show has been cancelled. What? I was looking forward to the rest of it. We are very sorry, but the theatre is on lockdown, pending a police investigation. Excuse me? Is it because of that accident? That man in the coffin, is he? Well, we're still trying to figure things out, sir. I can tell you that Miss Wright is fine. She wasn't injured, so please don't worry. Thank goodness she's okay. Hey, you there! Hey, you there. What the heck's going on? They wouldn't even let me in. Me, for crying out loud. Oh, Mr. Ritson. Yeah, Ritson. Rettins. Is it? Meh, whatever. There was an accident during the show. An accident? Great, just great. That's all I need right now. Do you have any idea how much money we're sinking into this program? And you are? The man behind the scenes, that's who. This is a fine kettle of fish, let me tell you. Spinning all this is going to be a real pain in my posterior, believe you me. Spinning? As in covering it up? Look, I gotta get inside. Seriously, can't a guy catch a break around here? Well, there he goes. Why don't we go back to the office for now? I'm sure Trucy will call us once things have settled down. Yeah, I guess you're right. Now I remember this case. It's no use. I can't get a hold of Mr. Wright. I wonder if something happened to him in Terrain. Maybe he got caught up in some kind of trouble again, as always. Yeah, trouble's drawn to him like iron filings to a magnet. Hey, Apollo, speaking of Terrain, they're showing something about it on TV right now. There has been some surprising news coming out of the Kingdom of Wright. The country recently saw defense attorney Phoenix Wright win a not guilty verdict. The first verdict of its kind in 23 years. Mr. Wright won a trial in Terrain? Lawyers are said to be highly disrespected in the Kingdom of Wright. So Mr. Wright's win was an upset victory amidst entrenched hostility. Well, did you hear that? The first time in 23 years. Yeah, but what was he doing in court there in the first place? Thought he just went for a visit. So he was in some kind of trouble, just like we thought. Next, an update on the unfortunate accident that occurred at the Penrose Theatre. Hey, now they're talking about the accident at Trucy's show. Famed magician, the great Mr. Roos, was skewered with a sword and died on the spot. Oh no, so he really is dead. And now, here's the footage of that deadly moment. Mr. Roos's body isn't visible in this footage. These are still very shocking images. The magician, Trucy Wright, is reportedly still only a high school student. Could it be that this unfortunate accident happened due to a lack of proper training? Did the young magician have enough experience, preparation and knowledge? Some might say that Troop Grammy should be held accountable for this incident. Hey, what kind of biased reporting is this? Yeah, they're making it sound like it's all Trucy's fault. Oh, we've just received more breaking news. Oh my. The young magician in question, Trucy Wright, is now under arrest on the charge of involuntary manslaughter. What? We will keep you updated as this unfortunate tale unfolds. Stay tuned. Trucy's under arrest? She can't be. Polly, you gotta do something. Yeah, let's go down to the detention center right away. Before I forget, I think I'll jot a few things down about the case. Just open up the court record and make a few notes. Use it like a kinda to-do list. If I ever get stuck, I can just refer to these notes. Let's decide that is a very good addition to these games. I did the last one as well. Oh, Trucy, what can we even say to her? Oh, Polly, Athena. Trucy, are you okay? I'm fine. Don't worry about me. We saw the news about the accident on TV. Guess I can't Houdini my way out of this one. I got arrested and everything. They say I'm the one who caused the accident. That's not true, right? To be honest, I don't really know. I mean, I have no idea how an accident like that could have happened. The trick went off without a hitch. I'm sure of that much. Still, the police just won't listen to me. They already decided that it was all my fault. I'm exhausted after all their questions. Looks like she's been able to hang in there at least. Yeah, she really is one tough cookie. I know you're tired, but can you tell us a little bit about the accident? Yes, of course. Go ahead and ask me anything. I'll be fine. For starters, can you help us understand what happened? In today's show there was a dead body in the coffin. How did that happen? Was there some kind of accident? I don't really know. The coffin was supposed to be empty when I opened it. But instead Mr. Roos's body was in there. That must have been a huge shock for you. And when the dragon set piece fell down at the end, was that an accident too? It must have been. I have no idea how or why that happened either. Nothing went the way it was supposed to. I still can't believe Mr. Roos is actually dead. As tough as she is, this is obviously taking a toll on her. But how did Mr. Roos's body get into the coffin in the first place? Juicy, we need you to tell us the secret of the trick. You know what they say, a magician never reveals her secrets. But I guess I should make an exception this time. But if you ever tell anybody, I'll make you my guinea pig for every single new magic trick from now on. Don't worry, I'm a lawyer, remember? Client confidentiality is part of the job. So, let's call this trick Trucy's Great Escape. How did you get out of the coffin? Alright, here goes. I reveal the trick just for you two. Prepare yourselves for an exclusive explanation by magical girl Trucy Wright. There's a secret trapdoor in the stage that leads down to the understage passageway. Trapdoor? So when did you slip down into the understage passageway? Remember when Mr. Hab was on stage holding a sword next to the coffin? Well, by then I had already escaped from the coffin and was waiting understage. While I was down there, I did several things to get ready for the next part. What technique? Okay, so what happened next? Mr. Hat was quickly raised up to the catwalk by wire. There's a cushion up there that acts as a shock absorber when Mr. Hat hits it. Meanwhile, I pop back up onto the stage through a different trapdoor. And voila, the switch is complete. I had no idea all of that was happening. I was convinced you were still in the coffin. That's what professional magicians do. They make their audience see something that isn't really there.
In other words, you make us see illusions, right?
We call it misdirection. While we keep you busy believing one thing, we're busy making something else happen. What we say is there really isn't. What we say is there really isn't, and what we say isn't there actually is.
I get it. It's kind of like a magical bluff.
But there's no escaping the fact that the victim's body was actually in the coffin. It wasn't empty like it was supposed to be. Yeah, that's the part I don't understand. The last thing in the world I expected to see in there was Mr. Roos.
Could he have climbed in there by mistake? I should get back to asking Trucy about the accident. Can you tell us more about the victim? Who exactly is this Mr. Roos? You said he used to belong to Troop Grammar, right?
Wait, you don't know who the great Mr. Roos is, Apollo? He's super famous. He's all people talk about on TV.
Really? I just assumed he was one of Trucy's assistants.
Wait, did this the dead Apollo?
So, how did the two of you come to perform together, Trucy?
Well, like I said, he used to be a member of Troop Grammar. He was a protege of my granddaddy, Magnifi Grammar. So the TV station arranged for us to perform together this time because of that connection.
Did he continue performing as a magician after he left Troop Grammar?
No, he got injured while practicing for a show about 13 years ago. That's why he left the troupe. After that, he took a break from magic for a while. I'm pretty sure it's a recent thing, him getting famous again. I only started seeing him on TV again maybe last year. I had nothing but respect for Mr. Roos as a magician. I can't tell you how sad I am this happened.
Can't imagine how traumatic it must be for someone to have someone die during your big show.
Oh, but hey, don't worry, I'm fine. I have to stay strong for my fans.
Huh? My bracelet is reacting. People tend to unconsciously tense up when they're trying to hide something. When I pick up on their distress, the bracelet around my wrist starts to feel tight. So I guess this means that Trucy's trying to hide something from me. Well, I guess I should give my bracelet a touch. I can see things others can't. The slightest twitch, gesture, or change in expression. Yes, I can see it all when I'm concentrating intensely like this. When people are feeling tense, they sometimes reveal a certain habit or little tick. I'll just shift my viewpoint around until I find Trucy's nervous tick. Okay, I think I found a telltale tick. Now to listen carefully to every word and see what she gets shifty-eyed over. Then I'll perceive whatever she seems nervous about to get to the bottom of things.
Gotcha!
Come on, Trucy. You should know by now that you can't hide anything from me.
Don't tell me that your bracelet reacted.
Yep.
And here I thought my smile was going to do the trick. Looks like I broke the first rule of being a magician.
True entertainer always keeps a smile on their face, right? I remember hearing you say that before.
That's right. It's a grammary motto that my daddy used to say before he passed away. I'll never forget it. It's one of the few precious memories I have of him.
But you can't keep everything inside, Trucy. You'll burst. Why don't you tell me what's bothering you?
I can't. If I did, you wouldn't believe in me anymore.
That's not true. As an entertainer, you believe in always keeping a smile on your face. And as a lawyer, I have belief that's important to me as well.
Take that!
Your attorney's badge.
I swore on this badge that I would always believe in my client, to the bitter end. That's the cornerstone of being a good lawyer. Mr. Wright taught me as much. So no matter what you tell me, I'm going to keep on believing in you, Trucy. All I ask is for you to have a little faith in me too.
All right, thanks, Polly. Polly, what if I made a mistake?
What do you mean?
What if it really was me who stabbed Mr. Roos?
What makes you say that?
Well, in my escape trick I used both a real sword and a rubber sword. I switched the real sword for the rubber sword just before I stabbed it into the coffin. So even if somebody had been in there, the rubber sword shouldn't have hurt them. But Mr. Roos was found dead in the coffin.
Mr. Roos was found dead in the coffin.
I know, it just doesn't make any sense. I know I swapped the swords.
You're absolutely sure?
Positive. I practiced that trick hundreds of times with no mistake. I remember very clearly swapping the swords this time too. But could I have made a mistake this time?
Could you really have?
Well, I better get going.
Huh? Where to?
To practice my act, of course. The show's only a few days away.
You're really pushing yourself. Didn't you practice until late last night too?
Yep, because everything's got to be just right. Maybe I really did kill Mr. Roos.
Trucy.
The worst possible mistake I could make. Such a horrible accident right in the middle of my show. And yet, all I can think about is... now that this has happened, Troop Grammary will get its performance rights pulled. There'll never be another show. Everything my family worked so hard for will be gone forever. And poor Mr. Roos had a whole life and a great career ahead of him. I ruined everything. I destroyed it all. I took it all away. Polly, I'm ready to pay for what I did.
Trucy, I don't think you did anything wrong.
You don't?
I've had one question going through my mind this whole time. Was this accident really your fault?
What do you mean?
I don't have any proof or anything, it's just... I don't think you'd ever make a mistake like that.
Hello.
I saw how hard you worked on your tricks, staying up late every night to practice. And I know you. You always get everything picture perfect.
Nobody's perfect all of the time.
Still, I think something else caused Mr. Roos's death. Not any mistake of yours. After all, you're sure you swapped the swords, right?
Yes, I remember doing it.
And I just know it wasn't your fault, Trucy.
But how can you say that? We don't have any proof it wasn't me. I mean, I know you're a great lawyer, Polly, but
I believe in you, Trucy. I believe in your skill as a professional magician. So I'm going to prove your innocence. Don't worry. You're going to be fine.
thank you, Apollo. Thank you for believing in me. I'm going to believe in you too.
Good.
I'm sorry. I need a tissue.
Never seen Trucy cry like this before. She always seems so strong. Maybe sometimes she's just putting on a brave face. She's still just a kid after all. So, I have to ask to make it official, but will you let me defend you?
Yes. I'm counting on you. I don't want to have to cancel the show on its opening day.
Right. She seems fine now.
Juicy! Let's win this trial together!
Unlike some people. Well, we better get right to investigating. Come on, Athena. Wipe that nose and let's go.
Use you! Did you see snot on my face, Apollo?
Yeesh. Talk about an emotional roller coaster.
We'll need to investigate the stage at the Penrose Theatre where the body was found.
Yeah. I hope no one will try to stop us.
If you're going to the Penrose Theatre, can I ask you a favour?
Of course. What is it?
I left a very special notebook behind in my dressing room.
Sure. We can pick it up for you.
That notebook is really, really important to me. Don't know what I'd do if anybody read it.
Wow. I wonder what's in it.
The notebook is in my blue handbag on the table. It's big and black. You can't miss it. Thanks in advance. And with that, I gotta go. Seems they've got more questions for me.
Right. See you later, Trucy. So, should we investigate the stage first or go get the notebook? Person you are trying to call is not available. After the tone. Try calling Mr. Wright 100 times, but he never picks up.
We've left him some voicemails, so he'll probably call once he gets them.
He's going to flip out when he hears what happened to Trucy. Hey, this is the place. The theatre where that magical murder happened. Oh yeah, wonder if they brought the dead body out yet. Yeah, they already arrested the murderer. They say it's a young girl. Yeah, high school student. Can you believe it? Kids these days. What's with all the curious bystanders? Sure are kicking up a fuss.
How dare they call Trucy a murderer? They got some nerve.
We can't let people think that about her. We have to defend her.
Apollo, is that you?
Emma?
Sure been a while. How have you been?
Oh, can't complain. Haven't seen you in ages. Emma's not usually in the best of moods, so I never quite know what to do or say around her. Well, we have some business to take care of, so I guess we better get going.
Hey, wait a minute.
What? Was it something I said?
You're darn right it's something you said. What's with you brushing me off like that? We got heaps to catch up on. After all we've been through, you're not still mad at me about something, are you?
Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you.
Who's this, Apollo? A distant cousin or something?
No, Emma's a detective I've had the pleasure of working with before.
Hello. I'm Emma Sky, forensic investigator.
What? So you're finally a full-fledged forensic there. So you're finally a full-fledged forensic investigator?
Yeah, I finally achieved my lifelong dream. Look, I even have an official forensic investigator armband and everything.
That's great, Emma. I bet the exam was really hard, huh?
Oh, it was a cinch.
Really? Because I thought you said something about failing it over and over.
Well, never mind that. The important thing is I'm not a plain old detective anymore. So no more boring old investigations for me. I'm so happy I can hug the whole world.
Coming from you, that's really something.
Criminals beware. Fingerprinting, luminal tests, DNA analysis. Emma Sky is raring to go, so bring it on.
Well, I guess it's goodbye grumpy clouds, hello fantastical sun.
She's very cheerful, isn't she? Is it because of the weather or something?
She sure wasn't like this before. She was pretty frustrated back when she was assigned to the Criminal Affairs Department. She was always munching on her chocolate snackaroos to relieve her stress. Snackos.
Snackers and stress are a thing of the past. I've said goodbye to both of them.
And may you never have to see either again.
By the way, are you two here because of the murder?
Murder. Don't you mean the accident?
Oh, then I guess you haven't heard. The case is being treated as a straight-up homicide now.
What?
Just so you know, I've heard the prosecution is going to argue tomorrow that Trucy outright murdered Mr. Reese.
What?
Are you kidding? They're treating it as a murder?
Emma, please tell us everything you know.
Of course, anything to help Trucy.
Why is the case being treated as a homicide now and not an involuntary manslaughter?
Well, apparently, there's something that proves it was a straight-up homicide.
Hi, Pika. Well, that's vague. Do you know any of the details?
No, I'm afraid that's all I was told.
Really? How come?
Well, because the lead prosecutor is kind of a hard guy to read. No, maybe it's just a cultural gap thing. Anyway, he's not one to really share his thoughts.
Oh wait, what do you mean by culture gap?
I mean that he's a foreigner, so his way of going about things is different.
So who exactly am I going up against tomorrow? Congrats on finally becoming the forensic investigator you always wanted to be.
Thanks. I failed that exam so many times, but I finally did it. I can finally use my forensic kit openly whenever I want.
Oh yeah, you used to have to stealth use a kit you sent away for. Ugh.
Oh, I still use that one too. But now it's more of a hobby kit. It's important to have hobbies too, you know.
So, basically, nothing's changed.
Are you kidding? I don't have to worry about getting in trouble for taking fingerprints for fun now. It's positively life-changing. I can take all the prints I want.
Are you sure you're allowed to do that?
Sure, I'm sure. I've been collecting all the prints I've taken into a personal database.
Now hold out your hands. I need to get your prints too. Just promise me you won't use them for evil.
I can't believe she took my prince too, Apollo. Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth has been reorganizing the prosecutor's office lately. As a part of that effort, he's gotten rid of a lot of corrupt prosecutors. So the prosecutor's office is looking pretty empty these days.
And that's how a foreign prosecutor got assigned to this case.
That's part of it, yes. We were short on prosecutors and this guy just happened to be visiting.
And what's the purpose of his visit?
Well, some insurgents from the Kingdom of Korean are thought to be hiding out here. As an international prosecutor, he apparently came to investigate the matter personally.
So he's from the Kingdom of Korean.
That's right. He's also a Koreanist monk.
A monk. So how did he get assigned to this particular case anyway?
It seems he's very devoted to furthering his studies as a prosecutor. He wanted to learn how crime scenes are investigated here, so he just showed up.
So he was just curious, huh?
He looked the entire crime scene over quite earnestly. And just as everyone else was ready to call it a case of involuntary manslaughter, this is most certainly a murder, the cruel act of an impure soul. That's what he said, just like that. Then he volunteered himself as the prosecutor for this case. With the shortage of prosecutors right now, the prosecutor's office was glad to have him. So Trucy was arrested for murder all because of this guy, huh? I have to say, he's definitely not your typical prosecutor. He says court is where a victim receives their last rites. When the truth is revealed, the criminal is judged, and the victim's soul sees salvation. Receiving last rites in court allows the victim to finally rest in peace, or so he claims. So, to him, a trial is like performing funeral rites for the victim, huh?
That's certainly a unique way of looking at it.
His name is... Nayata Shadmadai? Nayata Shadmadai.
What? Nayata Shadmadai?
That's right. What, do you know him or something?
Oh, I guess you could say I've heard of him.
Yeah, well, he is pretty famous. Really? Yes, they say he travels the world solving difficult case after difficult case. When there is a hard case to crack, he's called in to prosecute it. Wow, sounds like he's going to be a tough to beat.
I can't believe this. I have to stand in court against him.
He seems like a very kind and gentle person, though. He's very polite and understanding to everyone he talks to.
So he's a pretty agreeable guy then.
Yeah, he's bound to see what kind of person Trucy really is. But don't they hate defense attorneys in Korean? Would he even listen to what we have to say? I don't see why not. He certainly seems like the type of person who would.
Even so, do you think you could do us a favor, Emma? Could you tell Prosecutor Shamadi that about Trucy? About what a good person she is?
Of course. Leave it to me. I'll make him understand there's no way Trucy could have committed murder. I hope he listens to reason.
Me too.
This is looking pretty bad, Apollo. They're calling it a murder, and they even got proof. What are we gonna do?
Look on the bright side, that's what.
Bright side? What bright side?
Well, the good thing about there being proof is that it has to point to the real killer. We can find out who that is. We can prove Trucy's innocence.
Oh, hey, you're right.
Which means our objectives are clear. We have to find two things. Proof of Trucy's innocence, and evidence of the true culprit's identity.
You know what, Apollo? You're starting to give me a glimmer of hope.
That means there's only one thing to do. Emma, would it be alright if we investigate the scene?
I said no, you just do it behind my back anyway, right?
Would I do something like that? Guess the jig is up.
Oh, alright, but I better come along. Who knows what sort of mischief you'll get up to if I'm not there to keep an eye on you. Mischief? Sounds like I would trust you about as far as she can throw you, Apollo. He has been known to move things around. But he has been known to move things around at the scene of a crime, you know.
What about you? You used to do all kinds of forensic tests on things without permission.
There's nothing wrong with that. After all, forensics is always on the side of justice.
How is that even remotely fair? The dressing room looks just the way it did before the incident. All these items look kind of lonely without their owners.
You have to find Trucy's notebook for her.
Let's see, she said it would be in a blue handbag on the table, right? We should see what else we can check out while we're here. Oh, here's that handbag Trucy was talking about. You're a little funny about digging around in a girl's purse. I guess it's okay to open it. After all, she did ask us to.
But not you, Apollo. Let me do it. Let's see. No, not this. What's this? Oh wow, she has... Oh, Trucy, you are bad.
Well, what is it? I want to see too.
That's funny. She said it was a black notebook, right? But there's nothing like that in there.
Maybe Trucy was wrong about where she left it. Let's keep looking around for it. What's this? A script of the show? It says Bonnie, so it must belong to that bunny assistant we saw in the show. You and I got to see the first two parts up to the end of the 10:20 AM segment. But this Mr. Roos's fire trick, we didn't get to see that part.
Yeah, because they cancelled the show after the accident.
Hey, there's a note about the fire trick. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. Come to think of it, when Mr. Root turned into a dragon, it breathed fire, didn't it?
Coin tricks and fire tricks were Mr. Roos's specialities. Maybe they had some big finale planned, where Mr. Roos and Trucy would face off in a grand magical showdown after his arrival. I say we take a look through Mr. Roos's things too.
Hey, is that a notepad sticking out from behind his briefcase?
You're right. It's practically screaming over here. Look at me.
Do you think it could be... Oh, wow, Athena. Our hunter was right. It's Trucy's notebook.
What's it doing mixed in with Mr. Roos's stuff?
Good question.
It's locked. I guess that means we can't read it.
I wonder what kinds of secrets are in there to make her want to look it.
A girl her age needs her privacy. Besides, everybody has a secret or two they don't want others to know about.
If there's anything in there about kisses or crushes, I think Mr. Wright would cry. Trucy put some posters up, I see. Oh, here's one of Troop Grammary.
Troop Grammary. Right. Magical menagerie, huh? Looks like a bunch of folks dressed in outfits a bit too gaudy for their age, if you ask me.
But isn't that pretty much how all the best magicians dress?
Was Troop Grammary really such a big deal back in the day?
I guess so. Everybody in the country knew them back then. They had great tricks. Like making a building disappear or escaping a safe dropped from a helicopter.
Wow. I was in Europe at the time, so I had no idea. But if even you knew about them, then they must have been really, really famous.
I used to see them a lot on TV. I think it was back when I was in junior high. The one in black was the original leader of Troop Grammary, Trucy's grandfather. His name was Magnifi Grammary. The one in pink with the moustache, that's Zach Grammary. Trucy's late biological father.
Oh, and look, there's Mr. Roos. So this poster's from back when he was a member of Troop Grammary, huh?
Trucy said he left the troop after he was injured during a show or something, right?
Well, we've examined just about everything, I think. Looking through other people's stuff is so thrilling, like I'm doing something naughty.
I know what you mean. Just don't go poking around in my things at the office.
Why? What do you have to hide?
I don't think I like how her eyes lit up all of a sudden. Anyway, we better get this notebook to Trucy. Alright, let's get down to investigating, shall we?
Just make sure you don't move anything, or I'll get in big trouble.
Fine, I promise. To only move things I have to.
Well, I have my own investigation to conduct, but let me know if you need anything.
It's been a while since we've done any investigating.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's dive right in. You do remember how to do this, right? You don't? I can give you a quick rundown.
Should I have Athena give me a rundown?
I'm okay.
Don't worry about me. I've got it all locked away in the vault up here.
Good, and I'm sure it'll all come back to me too as we go along.
Oh wait, wasn't it you who just offered to give me a rundown? The video camera is pointed right at the stage. I wonder what it recorded. I want to take a peek, but Evan would...
Wow, this residue data is so fascinating.
So, she's so fixated on that blood-stained data. Her eyes are getting bloodshot.
Quick, Apollo, while Emma's off in Forensics Fantasyland. Let's see what's recorded on the camera.
One video we saw on TV where you can't see the body at all.
Hello, did you notice a strange shadow in that footage?
No? Why? You don't notice too, but whatever.
I don't think it was my imagination, but pretty sure I saw something.
Strange shadow, huh? Wonder what it was. This is what they call a set piece. It's a piece of the on-stage scenery. Suddenly fell down after the body was revealed, if I remember correctly.
Just as the brave heroine screams, the spell on the dragon breaks. Losing its wings, the dragon falls to the ground. That moment marked the collapse of Trucy's magical kingdom.
Magic, huh? Yeah, sure. Timing was so perfect, I'd be genuinely surprised if it was magic. Oh hey, this is a curtain. I wonder what's behind it.
Backstage area. There's magic equipment and stuff like that back there.
I'll open it a crack and check it out later.
You weren't thinking of opening that curtain, were you?
What? Who, me? Would I ever do a thing like that? Right, guess I'll have to ask her to open it for me later.
We have one of these in the office too, don't we?
Yeah, that poor magic prop we use as a serving unit. Kinda like to see Trucy perform this trick sometime.
Well, we both know you'd be the one in the box if she ever did.
I feel bad for the prop, but it can stay a shelving unit in that case.
Oh, I've seen something like this before. It's like that game where you stick swords into a barrel until a little man inside pops up.
Doesn't sound like any game I've ever heard of.
Really? It's pretty famous in Europe. Did you have anything to play with as a kid?
Oh, you know us simple Americans. We're happy with just a hoop and a stick. There's a sword here. It's covered in blood. Must be the murder weapon.
Trucy said she was sure that she switched it out with a rubber sword.
Fortunately, this one certainly doesn't look like it's made of rubber. Hammer. Were there any fingerprints on the sword?
Let's see. According to my data, no prints were found, but that could be because the culprit wiped them off.
Come to think of it, Trucy was wearing gloves during the show, so she certainly wouldn't have left any prints either. Something isn't right. It just doesn't make any sense.
What's the matter, Apollo? You're making that weird thinking face again.
How did what should have been a rubber sword get switched with a metal one? Plus, the timing of that dragon set piece falling down. Wasn't that just a little too convenient? Something just isn't sitting right.
Ground control to Major Apollo. Can you hear me, Major Apollo?
Athena? I think I've got it. I think somebody switched Trucy's rubber sword for the metal one.
Huh?
To pin the murder on her.
Someone switched the swords? But when can they have done that?
When everyone was too busy to notice. Somebody could have switched Trucy's rubber sword with a metal one, after the set piece fell. After the set piece fell, everybody in the audience was kicked out of the theatre. In the ensuing chaos, someone could have carried out a cover-up operation. Any of the stagehands or show personnel could have done it before the police arrived.
So, what you're saying is... somebody's actively trying to frame Tracy for the crime.
Yes. Some disgusting individual is trying to get away with murder.
So it's someone related to the show.
There's definitely a very high chance of that. Now if we could just figure out who it is. Hmm. And this is the coffin the dead body appeared from.
I actually haven't examined that yet. Would you do mind giving me a hand? No sweat. Tracy said the coffin was supposed to be empty when she stabbed it.
Tracy said the coffin was supposed to be empty when she stabbed it. So how did the victim ever get in there? Even get in there?
I bet there's a secret door or something.
Sure is an oddly shaped thing, isn't it? Who knew it could unfold into something like this?
Well, I heard that since it's used for magic tricks, the left and right panels are made to be interchangeable. How that helps with magic tricks, though, I have no idea.
Sure they made use of it in some way we can't even imagine. You can actually see the door in the back and the one in the bottom, but whatever. Right outline, huh? So this is where the body was.
What exactly did it look like just after the incident occurred, I wonder? Oh, I have a photo of the crime scene. Here you go. Oh wow, it looks like he was stabbed in the back. Yes, that's definitely what killed him.
What's this thing around his waist?
It's a stunt harness. A stunt wire can be attached to it so the person can float and fly through the air.
Come to think of it, he did fly in Act 1, didn't he?
Oh look, there's a secret door in the back of the coffin. Back panel of the coffin. Do you think Mr. Roos could have entered the coffin through there?
He could have done it without Tracy noticing them, maybe.
It's like two magicians trying to out-magic one another, right under each other's noses.
Wait a minute, it looks like the bowl of the coffin opens too.
Ooh, a secret door. Let's try opening it.
Oh, look at that. Seems to lead to someplace under the stage.
That's right. It goes to the understage passage. It's pitch black down there. Hold on. I think I see something glowing faintly. It's hard to make anything out from up here. You try to go down there. The magicians will get mad at you. Apparently there are things down there that will give away the secrets behind their tricks. Well, that sucks. It's all right there and we can't even check it out.
Oh, we're definitely going to have to examine that understage passage at some point, though. Let's see, what else do we need to do with this stage? Emma, did you find any fingerprints on the coffin?
Actually, I haven't checked yet. I was going to do that at the end. I like to save the best for last.
We aren't exactly talking about desserts here.
Oh, but we are. Would you like to partake in my delicious dessert? I don't mind sharing. Oh, yes, please. There's always room for desserts, right?
Alright, I guess I'll join you two. So, could you show us how you check for Prince Hammer?
Sure, let's start with the basics. As you know, fingerprints are an excellent way of identifying someone. That's because no two people have the same set of fingerprints, not even twins.
So if we find any prints on the coffin, they might lead us to the kill.
The culprit was dumb enough to leave prints behind, sure. Let's go ahead and dust for prints now. Let's see. This looks like a promising spot. Try dusting the area with the fingerprint powder. Keep tapping the touchscreen until the powder covers the surface thoroughly. When you're done, blow into the mic to get rid of the excess powder. The powder in this bottle is all we have to work with. If you run out, try blowing into the mic. Any excess powder will be returned to the bottle.
Alright, I think I'm ready to give it a try. Ugh. At least I don't actually have to blow in some frigging microphone this time.
You found some prints. Looks like the fingers of somebody's left hand. Now, let's try comparing these with the ones we have on file. First, touch Analyze to select a print. Next, select the print you want to analyze and touch Confirm.
Got a pretty clear print here. I wonder whose it is.
I have the prints of everyone involved in the case right here. Just choose the person whose print you'd like to compare the sample against.
The last person who was in the coffin was...
Bingo. Looks like the prints belong to the deceased Mr. Roos.
Well, if we found prints here, maybe we can find them elsewhere on the coffin too. Guess I'll try dusting for more prints. Okay, that ain't enough. Oh wait, did I actually... Am I just expecting it to... Yeah, okay. There, found some.
These prints are apparently Mr. Roos's too. Shall we try looking for prints on the outside of the coffin now?
Yes, let's.
This time you'll be able to rotate the coffin to look at it from different angles. And I'll give you a chance to examine it thoroughly. If you get stuck or confused, you can always touch reset.
Okay, and if I find any prints, I'll choose one to run against your data, just like before. Oh dear God, it's... Not another print. Judging from its position and location, might have been made when someone put this lid on the coffin. Let's see now. There was one part during the show where someone put this lid on after Trucy had gotten into the coffin. Therefore, this print should belong to...
Looks like the print belongs to that bunny gal. Come to think of it, she did put the lid on the coffin during the show.
It's probably when she left her print on the lid. Now then, I wonder if I can find any more prints. This is so terrible. There, I got a print.
Alright, I'll just take it against my data. Huh? That's funny. Doesn't match the prints of anyone involved in this case.
Really? None of them? How can that be?
It looks like that's about all the prints we're going to find. To sum everything up, the prints we found belong to the victim, Mr. Roos, the bunny assistant Bonnie, and some third unidentified person. But that's strange. We didn't see anybody else up there on the stage during the show. Does this mean some outsider was up there? Somebody unrelated to the show?
I guess we can't really say at this point.
Well, thank goodness we didn't find any of Trucy's fingerprints, right?
That's only because Trucy was wearing gloves. Hey Emma, there's something else that's been bothering me about the prints. Don't you think there's something odd about Mr. Roos's prints?
Odd? What's odd about them?
Well, if Mr. Roos was standing in the coffin facing forward, he would have left prints like this, right? But when we look at the actual prints, they're facing backwards. Doesn't make a lot of sense. A whole lot of sense.
Hey, what do you know? You're right. I wonder how they wound up like that. Maybe he was accidentally facing the wrong way at first, but then turned around later?
No, the coffin is much too small for a guy his size to turn around in. About all he would have been able to manage is maybe a little bit of twisting.
Then it really doesn't make any sense, does it?
I think I might have hit on something major here. Oh, I have just one more question, Emma.
Oh yeah? What is it?
Mr. Roos was stabbed in the back, right? But if he was standing in the coffin like this, how would that have worked?
Oh right, that. The lead prosecutor has an explanation, actually. He thought that the victim might have tried to dodge the sword as it came into the coffin. So maybe he twisted his body and the sword ended up stabbing him in the back. That's his theory, anyway.
I see. Guess that sounds plausible. Well, I guess that about wraps up our investigation of the stage.
Actually, there's still the area behind that curtain. Don't you want to know what's back there?
Sure do, but Emma told us not to move or touch anything, remember?
Would you quit staring at me? Fine, I'll go open it for you. Wow, look at you, flaunting your lady killer eyes.
I have my ways.
I'm only doing this so I won't get charged with animal abuse for not throwing you a bone. I guess puppy eyes can be just as effective. Alright, I'll be back. Well, go on and investigate to your heart's content. But before you go moving anything...
I know. We'll be sure to ask first.
Oh, by the way, just examine the backstage to move to the area beyond the curtain.
Okay, time to get investigating. Ugh, freaking forgetting.
Seeing this stage this way kind of breaks the illusion, doesn't it?
Just goes to show that some things are better left unseen.
Listen to you, sounding all grown up and stuff.
Don't worry, I'm sure you'll have some cynical one-liners of your own someday too.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
Anyway, on to more pressing matters. Let's go examine the backstage area.
What is this thing?
It's a winch. I'm guessing they used it to pull Mr. Hat up. Oh look, there are two winches. One back there and one up here.
Apparently each winch was rigged up to something different. One of them was used to hold up the dragon set piece, while the other was connected to that weird puppet up on the catwalk.
Weird puppet, huh? You better go check out the catwalk later.
Dustpan, a broom, and a bucket. Guess they use these to keep the stage tidy.
I doubt that's what this bucket is for, though. See how it says fire on it?
Oh, I guess it's a fire bucket then. Yes, I heard the theatre owner went out and bought that just for this show. When he heard there was going to be a fire trick, he flew to the store to get it.
Can a little bucket like this really put out a raging fire?
I'm guessing they only thought it could. But it doesn't look like it's been used. In fact, the inside is caked with dust. What was the point of even buying the bucket then?
Wait a minute. That means nobody actually prepared for the fire trick after all. I have a feeling this might be an important bit of information. Hey, there's a coffin back here too. Looks like there's a stuffed dragon inside.
No, wait, look, it's just an illusion. See, the dragon looks like it's inside. And it's really just painted on the front lid.
Wow, you're right. That's really something else.
If the show hadn't been cancelled, we might have gotten to see this trick too, huh? It's a guillotine. But it's not real, it's just another one of Trucy's props. Wonder if it was supposed to appear in the show. Huh?
Wonder if it's... read the name before saying the line.
You mean she didn't mention it to you? She said you were going to make a guest appearance on stage for a guillotine trick.
No, I definitely not remember not agreeing to something like losing my head on national TV. There's a sign here that says understage. I bet these stairs go to the understage area.
Trucy told me she and her fellow magicians call it the Abyss. I wonder why.
Who knows? Maybe because it's really dark down there or something?
Oh, I bet they got all kinds of magical goodies stashed away down there. Come on, let's go check it out. Huh? The door's locked. The entrance to the Abyss is barred to mere mortals like us, huh?
Oh well, that's what you call a swinging of an abyss. God damn it, Apollo.
Looks like this ladder leads to the catwalk overhead.
Do I really have to go up there? Why don't you go up and check it out, Athena? I'm sure you'll like the air up there.
Huh? Where in the world did you get that idea from? Wait a minute. Are you saying I'm an airhead? How rude can you get?
Oh, that's not what I'm saying at all. Now, up you go. I'll just wait down here.
Okay, now I'm starting to get the picture. You're afraid of heights, aren't you, Apollo? Come on now, this is for Trucy. She needs us. So up to the catwalk we go.
Well, I guess it's time to put on my big boy pants.
Are you alright, Apollo? You're white as a sheet.
Fine. Don't look down, Justice. Don't look down.
Those green things over there look like cushions. I guess one of them was used to absorb the force of impact when Mr. Hat zipped onto it. Let's go check it out.
Why over there? Looks like Mr. Hat is rigged to this smaller pulley. Let's see, how did it go? After being blown a kiss, Mr. Hat goes wild, and just as he's about to stab the coffin, he gets pulled up to the catwalk. The smoke screen was to hide his ascent from the audience's view. Wow, that's a big pulley. Looks like it's connected to one of the winches down below. The dragon set piece must have been hanging from...
The dragon set piece must have been hanging from this.
Read the damn name before I... it. Ugh. Uh,
What's that? Look, Apollo, it's Mr. Hat.
it's attached on wire. Actually, didn't Trucy say something like that? They quickly raised Mr. Hat up by wire into a cushion on the catwalk.
Maybe the stagehands pulled Mr. Hat up and left him here afterwards.
That wire attached to his back. Looks like it's connected to one of the winches down below. Mr. Hat's cave is ripped. Did that happen during the show? That's odd. This looks like it was slashed with a blade. How in the world did that happen?
Apollo, I see that you're trying to take this all in stride, and I respect that. But seriously, you're just trembling like a newborn fawn up here. Get it together, man.
I can't help it.
These set pieces look like a rabbit and a moon. Although they kind of look like they could be a duck and a croissant too. What do they look like to you, Apollo?
A Grim Reaper and a guy falling to his death.
Come on, let's wrap up this investigation before your imagination catches up with you. Hey, look. There are cushions attached to the underside. Well, what are you standing way over there for? Come on over and look.
You're not going to try and push me off, are you?
Seriously, Apollo. Come on, you'll be fine. Here, do you want me to hold your hand?
Yes, actually, if you wouldn't mind. Looks like you're right. Trucy mentioned something about this, didn't she? The cushion was supposed to absorb the force of impact when Mr. Hat was pulled up.
Well, I think that about does it for the catwalk. Do you think we missed anything?
Nope, no, didn't miss a single thing. We're all done here. Yes, sirree.
I take it you're ready to go down.
Yeah, I think we'd better. I feel a fainting spell coming on.
Oh, brother. You don't need me to hold your hand again, do you? All done?
Pretty much. There's just one thing. That door to the understage passage was locked. Any way we can get down there?
That place? They locked it up as soon as we police finished our investigation down there. You want to check it out, you'll have to ask a magician.
Well, Trucy's at the detention centre, so she can't help us. I guess we'll have to look for somebody else from the show.
Okay, and I'd better get back to my own investigation. See you around.
It's too bad about the understage area, but at least we learned a few things.
Yeah, like one of your greatest fears.
I wasn't talking about that. I meant how all the behind-the-scenes stuff is set up. Let's see, we found out there are 2 winches backstage. Mr. Hat was rigged to the first winch. The dragon set piece was attached to the other one.
Both of them were used during the show. Right after the body was discovered, the dragon set piece fell to the stage.
And in the chaos that ensued, Opera could have switched the rubber sword with the real one. So it looks like the best way to prove Trucy's innocence is to identify the real killer. Oh, what a complete and utter mess. This is all great. Just great. That Wright kid is Bush League. Small potatoes. A half-grown as bean. Somebody on the stage. I wonder who it is and what they're doing. Maybe we should go and talk to them. Excuse me, are you connected to the show? What, you two got a couple more headaches for me to handle? I got my hands full as it is. Hey, I remember this guy. Mate, you there? What the heck's going on? They wouldn't even let me in. Me, for crying out loud.
Oh, Mr. Rittens, there was an accident during the show.
An accident. Great, just great. That's all I need right now. Do you have any idea how much money we're sinking into this program?
It's that man who was going off at the staff in front of the theatre.
I had never seen you guys before. If I had to guess, I'd say you're not production staff. What's that I spy with my little eye? An attorney's badge? Well, how do you do? I don't know you fine folks were lawyers. My business card, if you would. Charmed to make your acquaintance, I'm sure.
Oh, thank you. So you're from the TV station, I take it?
Sharp as a tack you are. I'm the producer of this TV special. Or my idea, by the way.
I'm Apollo Justice, Trucy Wright's defense attorney.
Trucy Wright's... Well, ain't another kick in the head. How about you open with that tidbit next time, champ?
Okay. What happened to the Smoozy Magoo bit?
I'm Roger Rittens. Hold the applause and no autographs, kids. I'm on the clock.
Hello. This guy looks really familiar, but I can't quite...
Ready, kid. And try this on for size. Hang loose, baby.
Hang loose, baby. Apollo! It's the Ratings Roger from Take-Two TV. He's huge, crazy huge, like a real famous producer.
Really? I've never heard of him. Seriously, man? What kind of cave do you crawl out of? Roger Ratings. The Ratings Roger. Shit. Pressed the button before I read it all. Oh well. You ain't seen my hit Saturday night talk show at 8 PM Eastern, 7 PM Central.
No, can't say that I have.
Oh, you're blowing my mind, kid. You even know what a TV is? Say it with me. Television.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about the incident?
No. What kind of comeback is that? Grow some backbone, kid. I basically lobbed that one at you. Now hit me with your best barb. Viewers will love that. Come on, you gotta sell it.
Sell what?
Say something funny for the nice people at home. Go on, hit me with your best shot.
My best shot?
We're rolling here. Hurry up before they change the channel. Chop chop.
Okay. Here goes. Talk to the hand. Kapow! Kapow? Really? And why are you pointing all dramatically like we're in court?
I don't know. Just seemed like the right thing to do.
Apollo.
Oh, it's going in the cringe reel for sure. I think we can all agree that was a mistake. If I choked any harder, I'd need the Heimlich maneuver. Blame myself, really. Should have known better than to waste good film on a nobody. So, you wanted an exclusive or what? Today's magic show was being broadcast live on TV, wasn't it? And you were the producer, right? That's right. Rising Magic Star versus Old School Grammary was gonna be wild. We're gonna have viewers vote on their favourite magician during the show. And the loser would have had a real embarrassing prank done to them. It was gold, I tell you. Guaranteed ratings. I don't know, it sounds kind of tacky if you ask me. I'm telling you, man, modern viewers eat this stuff up with a spoon. Trust me. All we gotta do is serve it up nice and hot. Feast for the eye. All that junk food for the brain. Well, that little brat had to go and ruin everything with that accident of hers. You have any idea how many times they dragged me over here to prepare for today? You must know this theatre pretty well if you came by that often. Oh, that gives me an idea. How about this? Mad mindscape of a magical murderess. Closet comrades come clean. Tell me, does Drusy always showing signs of being unhinged? When could you tell she was about ready to snap?
This guy's cruising for a bruising, Apollo.
As long as you don't get caught on camera. Truth be told, I'm not surprised about the way things turned out. Magicians are pretty much the dregs of society, am I right? What's that supposed to mean? What were you doing at the time of the incident? Shooting a show in the station studio. We had a whole bunch of girls in bikinis wrestling each other for the camera. So you didn't see the accident as it actually happened? That's right. That's why I was shocked when I first got here. So you didn't hear about the accident until he arrived, huh? I'm guessing what you really want to know is whether or not I have an alibi, am I right? My staff at the TV studio can vouch for me. Why not go there and ask them yourself? You can give them my card and they'll let you in. So you have an alibi, huh? Good to know. Magicians are all a bunch of good-for-nothings if you ask me. Con artists and thieves is what they are. They trick people and take their money. Coming from you, that's rich, pal.
Magic tricks aren't the same as con jobs, you know.
That's right. The people watching never feel like they've been cheated. Lawyers spout hypocritical nonsense. Big surprise there. Lol. And post.
Didn't you just post about us in real time?
Those Grammaries are all criminals. It's in their blood. Trucy Wright ain't no different. That girl is no good. She may look all sweet and innocent, but she's a stone-cold killer.
Don't you dare talk about Tracy like that. You don't know the first thing about her. You won't find a sweeter, harder working girl anywhere, period.
She's got the wool pulled over your eyes, I see. What the world are you talking about? You'll see. I'll dig up the dirt and expose the dark heart behind that sweet smile. I I'll prove those grammary magicians are all a bunch of lowlives. Does he have a grudge against Trucy, or maybe against all of Troop Grammary? TV is a window to the truth. It's not like that magic stuff or the streetwise charlatans that perform it. It's a shame, a crying shame, I tell you. What was supposed to be a fun, light-hearted program turned into this sorry affair. I'll have to sell it to news outlets all over the world if I'm going to make my money back. Trucy Wright will make her debut all right, not as a magician, but as a criminal. What? It's my duty to report it. Can't let a tragedy like this happen again now, can I? Even if she gets off somehow, I'll make sure she never walks the streets again. We won't let that happen. We won't let you do that to her. We're going to prove her innocence in court. Listen to you acting all high and mighty. You're just another money grubber. I know how you lawyers do things. You'll stop at nothing to win. Beg your pardon? You win your trials, you get fat stacks, right? Is money really all you care about?
What's with him, Apollo? Why won't he listen?
But enough about you. I'm all about going after Trucy now. I won't stop until she's behind bars. That's how we in the media dish out justice. Before you even get to court, my expose is going to take you down.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Well, gotta get back to the station. Hang loose, baby.
Looks like the prosecution won't be our only opponent this time. But no way are we going to let that guy have his way either.
That's right. Okay, we're done with this stage, so let's go someplace else. Still wish we could check out that understage passage. But what else can we investigate right now? All else left to check out is that understage passage. I'll have to try to get one of the staff members to unlock the door. Someone just came into the dressing room.
Oh, it's you people again. You came back.
Huh?
I saw you, you know. Oh, it's you, the bunny assistant from the show, right? What? Oh, yes, that's right. My name is Bonnie DeFami.
I remember her talking to us earlier.
Performing magic is like walking a tightrope. There's always an element of danger. One little mistake can even cost you your life, you know. I wonder if she'll make it across today.
And what do you mean by that exactly?
Oh, nothing. Now if you'll excuse me.
Said some pretty strange things then.
I saw you take it. You took something from our dressing room. Oh, Bonnie, that teleportation trick you did was amazing. Fantastica. What? Oh, thank you. But what you did, stealing it. What other kind of magic tricks can you do? Me? Oh, well, how about this? Splendido!
Athena, I think Bonnie's trying to say something to us.
She is? Thank you, Mr. Thief.
Thief?
I saw you take that notebook. Please don't take things from our dressing room. So it's true what they say. Thieves really do return to the scene of the crime, don't they?
Thieves? I thought it was just arsonists in real life.
Guess that means she really saw us, huh?
I bet this looks pretty bad.
If you return what you stole right now, I won't call the police.
Oh boy. You got it all wrong. We're Trucy's lawyers. She asked us to bring the notebook to her.
Trucy's lawyers? Oh, I'm so sorry I called you thieves.
You really thought we were thieves? Why were you still doing magic tricks for us?
I can't help it. Whenever anybody asks, I just can't bring myself to refuse.
Does that mean she's a real people person, or that she aims to please a little too hard?
In that case, can you tell us the secret to your teleportation trick? Well, I don't know if I should. Keep up the pressure. If I keep up the pressure, she just might tell us. I'd be dying to know.
Leave the poor girl alone.
Are you investigating the case?
Yes, that's right.
I'm Trucy's biggest fan. I just love her to bits. I'd do anything to help her.
We appreciate that. In that case, would you mind if we ask you a few questions? You're a magician, right, Bonnie?
That's right. My specialty is teleportation, and this little trick right here. Looks like Mr. Bunny's in a bad mood right now.
Or that she messed up. You said you're a big fan of Trucy's, right?
Oh yes, I look up to her more than anyone else in the whole world.
What about her makes you respect her so much?
She's just incredible. Not only is she extremely talented, but she's so cool under pressure and always manages to keep a smile on her face. In spite of all that talent, she still works harder than anybody I know. You can ask for more out of a magician.
I'm sensing a shift into hyper fangirl drive.
I love the unique way she does her tricks, and I especially love her magic panties trick. The first time I saw her do the trick, I'm going, blech.
Fucking autotext.
And that's why I think Trucy is top class, a real first-rate magician. I see. I think we have a pretty good idea of how much you adore her now. Oh, was I talking too much? I'm so sorry.
I'd better be careful about when and how I ask her about Trucy.
Anyway, that's why I'll do anything at all to help Trucy. Oh, Mr. Lawyer, you just have to prove her innocence.
Don't worry, I plan to do just that. I wish Trucy could see that she has people like Bonnie in her corner rooting for her. You were in the magic show, right?
That's right. I take it you saw my teleportation trick? Yes, it was just wonderful. You moved from one place to another in the blink of an eye.
I mean, it was pretty amazing. I have no idea how you transported yourself over such a distance in just a split second.
Must be so fun to be able to do a trick like that. Teleportation looks so cool. It's like a superpower or something. Yeah, my trick is turning some heads in the magic world right now. They're calling it new miraculous magic. Some even say it's the real deal.
Real magic, huh? I know there must be an explanation, but sure does look real.
I just have to figure that trick out. I want to do it myself. Oh, you'll never figure it out. I always perform it perfectly.
This feeling. Looks to me like Bonnie is hiding something.
Gotcha!
Bonnie, when you said perform it perfectly, your right hand would tremble and move your head a tiny bit. Even caught a glimpse of the little rabbit hiding underneath.
Oop.
Did you really perform the teleportation trick perfectly this time?
Of course. I definitely got that part right.
What do you mean, that part?
Oops.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that you messed up Trucy's escape? You might have performed the teleportation trick flawlessly. But what about Trucy's escape trick after that? Did you make some kind of mistake during that?
Oh, well,
Well, did you?
you see...
Did you or didn't you?
I did. You're absolutely right, Mr. Lawyer. I made a mistake during Trucy's escape trick. I'm sorry I lied.
Oh, I felt like I'd pulled off a magic trick of my own just trying to get that out of her. So you made a mistake during Trucy's escape trick?
Yes, I was in charge of operating Mr. Hatch, you see. But I made a huge goof. So, did Trucy explain to you how the escape trick works?
Yes, she knew we needed to know for our investigation, so she shared the secret. Let's see, after Trucy escaped from the coffin down into the underground passage, Mr. Hat was to be pulled up to the catwalk by a winch. Trucy would then pop up on stage through a trapdoor.
I was operating Mr. Hat at the time, but I flubbed up where I was supposed to have him stand. I was supposed to make Mr. Hat stand to the left of the coffin, but I messed up and had him stand on the right by accident.
That matches up with what we saw during the show.
But then, doesn't that mean... Trucy would have ended up popping up on the side opposite to Mr. Hat? Yes, she would if she hadn't done some quick thinking on her feet. She managed to pop up on the right-hand side of the coffin for me. So the audience never even knew a mistake had been made. Way to go, Trucy! But my mistake caused her so much trouble.
I think I'd better ask Trucy about this later too. Oh, by the way, we'd like to investigate the understage passage. Would that be alright?
Oh yes, by all means. Anything to help prove Trucy's innocence. I'll unlock it for you.
Hey, there you are. You got a minute?
Oh, Mr. Ratons. Yeah, yes, of course.
Not you, Bunny. The lawyers. They're the ones I want to see. You have business with us? I hear you two are from the same agency as Trucy. Is that true? Yes, that's right. This is for you then. Hang loose, baby. Contract between Take-Two TV, the first party, and Trucy Wright, the second party. If through the fault of the second party the show must be cancelled in part or in full, the second party will pay $3 million as compensation to the first party? $3 million? Yeah, that's more like it. That shocked reaction, that dopey expression. You make a great comedian. Really? I know, I'll put you on my show. We'll get one of those cartoon anvils to fall on your head.
Wait a minute. Is this for one of those hidden camera prank shows?
You wish. That's an official contract. See for yourselves. You're the lawyers, after all. You should know one when you see one, right?
He's right. It's all signed and everything.
And you better make sure your agency pays what Trucy owes me in full.
Are you kidding me? The Wright Anything agency doesn't have that kind of money.
I guess you're gonna have to go fishing for some. I can see it now. Craziest catch. Legend of the seasick lawyers.
Fishing on the high seas? No thanks. Can't even swim. Objection! What kind of ridiculous, low-down, unfair, one-sided contract is this?
Hey now, there's nothing ridiculous here. It's all perfectly legit. It's got a signature on it, see? My boys have got to see the stupid look on your faces. It's priceless. And post. I'm getting responses already. It's gonna go viral.
Freaking eye. No! How could he? Bye, reputation.
You ain't seen nothing yet, baby. I'm gonna drive Troop Grammary and everybody associated with it into the ground. Serves you right for getting involved with the Grammaries.
What's this grudge you have against the Grammaries anyway?
Huh? What are you talking about? Stress is making you paranoid, champ. Come on, Bonnie. We have more filming to do.
Oh, yes, sir. Excuse me, Mr. Lawyer. Oh, and I'll unlock the door to the understage passage for you later.
Later, lawyers. Hang loose, baby.
Why would Trucy sign a contract like this?
Why did all of this have to happen when Mr. Wright isn't here?
We'll have to come back to the understage later. Let's go hear Trucy's side of the story. Good thinking. We can't let you hit the high seas just yet.
There must be something we can do. We can't let the ratings Raja get his way.
Three, two, one, ta-da!
Wow, think when my handcuffs disappear. How did you do that?
She's doing magic tricks for the guard. Now, should I try making you disappear next, Mr. Guard?
Can you do that? Oh yes, please. Oh, this is so exciting.
We should probably stop her before there's another incident.
Trucy.
Oh, hi Polly. Hi Athena.
We have some more questions for you.
Judging by the look on your faces, it must be about something big.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Things have gotten a little more sticky. And I have to remember to give her that thing she asked for too. Juicy, do you remember this contract?
Yes, I signed it before I went on stage.
What about this liability for compensation article here?
Liability for compensation? What are you talking about? Let me see that. What? $3 million?
Just as I suspected, she didn't know about that part.
I've never seen this article. And I read the whole contract from top to bottom.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd miss such a big thing. But there's your signature. So, what's going on?
Maybe there was some kind of trick involved. You know, like when I signed it. In other words, you think there might be some foul play afoot.
I'm willing to bet that Wright Raja is the one behind it. Bonnie told us about the mistake she made on the stage.
Oh, you mean with where Mr. Hat had been placed? Even I was at a loss about what to do for a second there.
So, how did you fix the problem?
Well, I was down in the understage passage when I found out. I had to work my butt off to fix it, let me tell you. After I escaped from the coffin and went down into the understage passage, I got a signal from Bonnie saying that she'd made a mistake with Mr. Hat's positioning. No joke, I was freaking out. After all, I had to be back up on stage in a few short minutes. Magical girl Trucy Wright was faced with an unprecedented crisis beneath the stage. Would this spell the end for Trucy in Grammary Land? And then what happened?
I think that's totally hooked.
I was supposed to get back up to the stage with Trapdoor 1 on the left. Using a platform that can be raised and lowered, called a stage lift. There was a stage lift ready and waiting in the lowered position under Trapdoor 1. Mr. had been placed on the right above Trapdoor 2 by mistake. There was already another stage lift under Trapdoor 2, but it was in the raised position since we hadn't planned on using it.
Okay, so how did you get back up and get back up onto the stage?
Why, through brute strength. I couldn't lower stage lift 2 by myself, so I pushed it back out of the way. Then I moved the lowered stage lift 1 into place under trapdoor number 2. This thing is heavy. I wish I could have moved it with magic. Unfortunately, my magic is useless under the stage. The understage is a dark abyss that drains magicians of all their powers.
I can see why it's called the Abyss. I never knew it could take so much out of you.
That's just how it goes in the real world. Illusions are created by blood, sweat and tears of those behind the scenes. Wow, I learned so much just now.
Trucy, have you told anybody else about all this?
Nope, nobody.
Sounds like some critical information. Better make a note of it. Here you go, Trucy. Here's your notebook back.
Oh, great. Thank you very much.
So what's written in there anyway? Looks like it's full of secrets or something.
That's because it is. It was originally my granddaddy, Magnificrammary's notebook. He used it like a diary, and as a place to jot down ideas for new magic tricks. Some of which only members of Troop Cranberry have ever laid eyes on.
Wow, this notebook is a really big deal then.
Yes, that's why I always kept it under lock and key. I bet a magician would do just about anything to get their hands on that notebook.
We found it mixed in with Mr. Ressus's belongings. Could he really been trying to steal it?
The Troop Cranberry Creed is also written inside. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. That creed was passed down to me from my daddy, as his daddy passed it down to him.
It's true that Trucy always kept a smile on her face. Guess it's due in part to her family's creed. Trucy, I want to talk to you about where we found this notebook. We found this notebook mixed in with Mr. Ressus's belongings.
What?
Do you think he might have been trying to steal it?
No way. I can't believe it. The great Mr. Ressus would never do such a thing.
Blech. But would it be so far-fetched if he was after Troop Cranberry's secret tricks? Makes for a pretty compelling motive to take the notebook. In any case, we'd better focus on doing something about this contract now, for now.
Josie signed it in a dressing room, right?
Then we'd better do a little more investigating there.
I'm so sorry to put the two of you through all of this.
Don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this. It's gotta be some kind of mistake.
You need me to. I'm willing to take drastic measures. With my magic.
You're not planning on pulling some magical money out of there, are you?
No, my magic panties are much better at making things disappear than appear.
Do I want to know what she's planning to make disappear?
Apollo, we have to do something. Anything to fix this.
I agree. Let's check out the dressing room again, for starters.
Oh, and we should finally check out that understage passage too. The abyss? Then you'll have to go through the backstage area. Be careful down there.
Hey. Okay, this is where Trucy signed that contract.
Right, there must have been some kind of trick that was used when she signed it. The question is what kind of trick and how was it done?
Some kind of object or tool was used, then there still may be a trace of it somewhere. Like with the pen or the paper.
Well, it's time to find the secret to that trick. Oh, kids, let's do it.
Huh? Hey, take a look at this clipboard.
Could you sign this, please, ma'am? Sure thing. Just the one sheet in this clipboard, right?
Isn't this the clipboard Trucy used when she signed the contract?
I think you're right. Let's give it the once over.
Let's try opening the folder. Hey, this screw, it's different from the others. Only that, but I think it's loose. Look, I can move it.
Are you sure you should be fooling around with it like that, Bolo?
Whoa, came right out.
See, I tried to tell you, but would you listen? No.
Hey, take a look through the hole, Athena. I think there's something back there.
Oh, wow, you're right. What is it?
Hey, look. The back panel is loose. I think I can take it off. Got it.
You're just breaking things left and right today, aren't you?
Look, there's something inside. There's this black sheet of, I want to say, paper?
Oh, I know. It's carbon paper. You put it between two pieces of paper and it copies what you write onto the bottom one.
So when Trucy signed the contract, there was actually another contract underneath.
And a signature on the top contract got copied onto the hidden contract.
So that's how Trucy was conned. And this is that ratings Raja's doing. I just know it.
How dare he? You gotta hand it to him, though. It couldn't have been easy fooling Trucy. That girl's no slouch.
Yeah, but I bet we can use this clipboard as evidence if we ever take this if we ever take this to trial. Let's see, we should be able to get to the understage passage from backstage. Hopefully Bonnie unlocked the door for us like she said she would. Back to the backstage. Door's unlocked. Thank you, Bonnie. Well, Athena, here we go. Sure is dark and dusty down here.
The Abyss. Magical underworld. And look, there's a denizen of the Abyss now. Fearsome beast with long, sharp fangs, ready to prey on unsuspecting souls.
What are you? Oh, you mean that tiny little rat over there?
No, I mean that fearsome beast over there.
Take it you don't like rodents. It's a stage lift for getting up to the stage. Looks like this crank lowers the platform. But Juicy said it's impossible for one person to do it alone.
That sounds like a challenge. Now I want to try it. Ah! It's probably just broken.
You could just take people at their word. If I'm reading this room right, this must be the stage lift Trucy moved during the show. Originally it was there, where stage lift 1 is now. Stage lift for getting up to the stage. Tracy moved this one here.
I guess it used to be where that yellow tape is. How in the world did she manage to move this huge thing?
Couldn't have been easy for her. She's pretty petite. But I bet it'd be easy for you.
Yes, what are you implying? That's it, chump. You're looking up microaggressions later.
What's this glowy stuff? Oh, it's glow-in-the-dark tape.
Hey, this must be what I saw through that secret door at the bottom of the coffin.
Who put it here and why?
It's probably a marker of some sort since it's so dark down here.
Sounds about right. Maybe it's meant to mark which ladder to climb.
This sword is the exact same design as the murder weapon. Wait, what's this? Ow!
Oh, what are you doing? That hurts. I think I'm bleeding out.
Oh, stop being such a drama queen. It's only rubber.
Huh? Hey, you're right. So this must be the sword Trucy used during the trick.
After the incident, someone must have switched this rubber sword with the real one on stage.
Maybe that's when they brought the rubber sword here.
Look at all these props. Hey, there's something in this hat.
Duff? Cards?
A juice box and some snacks.
It's like somebody planned to have a little treat in the middle of the show.
I'm gonna make it big someday too. Just you wait and see. What's that all about?
My guess is it's the soulful cry of some poor assistant made to toil here in the darkness.
And who would know about the soulful cry of a bitter assistant better than you, Wright? You really understand the writer's feelings of despair and frustration?
Sadly, yes. Yes, I do.
You really shouldn't scribble on the walls, you know, Apollo.
Wasn't me. This ladder goes up to the ceiling. I wonder what's just above.
Apollo.
Alright, fine. I'll climb the ladder. Why does it always have to be ladders? Huh? Where am I? It's pitch black and cramped too.
You know what I think? I think you're in that coffin we saw backstage.
So that's where this ladder leads. I still don't get what that coffin was for. This ladder goes up to the ceiling, so I guess it leads to one of the trapdoors on stage.
Juicy must have used this ladder when she escaped from the coffin. Why don't you climb up there and see if I'm correct? It's so high up. It's not so high. You'll be fine, right?
Huh? Why me?
You'd make a young lady wearing a skirt climb a ladder.
Fine, I'm going. Oh, the lights! Burns! Ow!
Are you alright?
I can now confirm that the ladder does indeed lead up to the stage.
Well, tasty bit of info was definitely worth risking life and limb for. Well done. Hold on, Apollo. I hear voices. Quick, hide.
Huh? Ow! Quit shoving!
Hurry up and get down there.
Ow! My arm doesn't bend that way. What the heck? Athena!
Shh, look. So much work pretending to be cute and sweet.
Isn't that Bonnie? Hey, Bunny. Wait for me.
And the ratings, Roger? What did we have to hide for, Athena? Because I had something funny. There was something off in their voices.
Oh, right. Athena's super sensitive hearing.
Those lawyers are poking around, trying to stir up trouble. Should I be worried?
Relax. I didn't say anything to the police, and I won't say anything to them either.
You better not, or you're gonna get it. Ow, right in the kisser.
Is it just me, or does Bonnie seem kind of different from before?
Hello, shh. I'm sick and tired of this whole investigation. All I want is Trucy's head on a platter.
Leave everything to me, babe. Don't forget the power of mass media. TV can accomplish anything. I'll make sure Trucy gets much worse than a guilty verdict.
I can't wait to see that girl crying and begging for mercy.
You really hate Trucy, don't you, Bunny?
I hate her. I loathe her. I can't stand that Trucy Wright. Just because she's a little good at magic, she thinks she's all that. So this is exactly what that snivelling brat deserves.
Hey, what the heck?
If you mess this up, you're gonna really be sorry. You hear me? I'll crush you flat. Like a cockroach under my foot.
Oh, you cute waddly thing! You're so adorable when you're throwing a foot! Ow, 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 my foot! Can't you take a joke?
Come on, grab my things. We're leaving.
Aw, lead the hippity-hoppy way, my little bun-bun.
What was that absolutely revolting scene all about?
Guess the entertainment industry attacks all kinds of eccentrics. That conversation set off every red flag in the book.
You said it. I smell plot with a capital P-U.
Ratings claims he was at the TV station at the time of the incident. And we saw Bonnie on stage ourselves.
Hey Apollo, I have an idea. Why don't we play Take Two TV a visit? We can check up on Wright and Roger's alibi while we're there.
Sounds like a plan.
Yikes, look at this place.
So much going on at once. It's making my head spin.
Take a look at that screen and listen to those hosts. Magical murder. Live audience witnessed shocking skewering. 17-year-old magician Trucy Wright. See exclusive unedited footage of the heinous crime, complete and uncut. We can't let them broadcast that. Trucy will get tried in the court of public opinion.
Well, I doubt we can stop them from airing it. But we can prove her innocence in a real court of law. No matter what garbage they report on TV, we can still set the record straight at the trial. Pardon me, I know you're busy right now. Oh, what are you guys? Street? Street? Does that mean people off the street or something? We Tracy Wright's lawyers. Oh, okay. Lawyers, got it. What do you want? He must be really busy. He hasn't even looked this way. We're investigating the incident that occurred at the magic show this morning. And we heard that Roger Ratings was in charge of that program. Yeah, that's right. The guy hates magic, but the show was all his idea. Just between you and me, I think it was Bonnie that egged him on. Egged him on? How so? I saw the two of them together, you know, walking arm in arm. Walking along arm in arm. I bet she sweet-talked him into doing the program because she wanted the work. She hasn't been selling very well on her own, apparently. Let's see. Oh, hey, if you're looking into the incident, I guess you'd want the show footage, right? It's on the disc in my back pocket. You want to go ahead and fish it out. Wow, thank you very much. It turned out to be surprisingly helpful. Look at that logo above the screen. Gandle Gabble Gambit. Is that the title of this show?
Yep, haven't you ever seen it? They present scandalous rumours about celebrities. And then people bet on whether the rumours are true or not.
Ugh, so it's just another Takesters TV show.
Looks like Trucy's their next target. Today's scandal is... tragedy on stage. Did Trucy Wright commit an accident, or did she commit murder? Looks like murder is in the lead.
Well, I say neither.
And we'll just have to create a third option tomorrow, in court.
This must be a video production workstation or some sort.
That coffee cup looks awfully familiar.
Yeah, that's where Mr. Ratings always sits. He's very hands-on, you know. I always find him on the set of his projects. He was here at the station during the magic show, right? Yeah, well, he had two shows going on at once this morning. He had his regular program to oversee here, so he couldn't be at the Penrose.
So, you can vouch for him? Vouch for him that he was here at the station during the magic show?
What? Like an alibi? Sure can. He was definitely here. Still, after a while he couldn't stand being away from the Penrose, it seems. As soon as his part was over, he took a taxi to the theatre. But he apparently didn't get there until after that thing had already occurred.
Sounds like he has a rock-solid alibi. Well, I guess we got just about everything we can out of this place. Looks like Ratings' alibi is pretty airtight. But if that's true, then who could have killed Mr. Rissus? Looks like we're pretty much done here. Should we go back to the office? We can get a snack and talk over our plan of attack.
Sounds good to me. What in the world? What's going on here?
All these sickers say repossessed.
Who did this? Who's responsible for this? Come on now, this is a restricted area, champ. No trespassing. Trespassing? But this is our office. You're the one who's trespassing. Enough with the lip, boy. Don't tell me you forgot about your debt.
But what are you talking about?
I'm just abiding by the contract. The agency can't pay me. I have every right to seize its property. Am I right? Just like that. We haven't even had a chance to take this to trial. You're gonna be mad. Shouldn't Trucy be the one you're mad at? I told you. It serves you right for getting involved with those grammaries. Why, you dirty, rotten... What are you going to do with all our stuff? Sell it, of course. Every last bit of it. That's why I'm seizing everything. And I'll take this little office of yours, too.
You think you can just waltz in here and do whatever you want?
Indeed I do. Unless you Wright whatever's warehouse jokers got 3 million ready. I don't know then, because I gotta recoup my money somehow. After all, the entire program went south because of Trucy. It's called liability for compensation, and this infantile agency is the liable party. Why, you black-hearted...
Hey, Apollo, what about the cricket clipboard?
It's no good. We don't have any proof that Ratings was behind it.
Darn.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do better than that, folks. Looks like the famed Mr. Wright left behind nothing but incompetent newbies to run things. No way. He was counting on Mr. Wright to be away for his plan, for this plan of his. What a two-bit thug. We'll show him. There's the sugar. That expression, it's priceless. So how does it feel to lose the precious office your boss left you in charge of? Now, not to rub it in or anything, but I think you should know where you stand right now. Oh man, what now? Here, have a gander. The trial of young and up-and-coming magician Trucy Wright is scheduled for tomorrow. We're here just outside the office of the suspect, hoping for an exclusive peek inside. What? Is this live?
Apollo, look, there's a sea of reporters outside.
Oh, a questionable-looking pair are peeking out the window at this very moment. Our viewers at home can see for themselves their vicious, brutal expressions.
Yellow journalism at its finest.
And that's the way it is. The majority of the public already thinks Trucy is guilty. They saw the whole thing happen with their own eyes during the show's live broadcast. Everybody in the country is against you. No way. No office, no allies. Are you sure you still want to represent that girl? Of course we do. We believe in her innocence. Go ahead, think what you want. It's a free country. Just know that you'll be the biggest losers in the end. In the meantime, feel free to keep on flopping around like the dying fish you are. Now then, you got to be out of here by tomorrow. Take in this cozy little office tonight while you still can. Hang loose, baby. I can't believe we let Mr. Wright's office get placed under seizure. All the...
This is just ridiculous. Look out.
Clear out, we don't want murderers here.
Hey, if it's a fight you want, I'll take you on. Come on.
Yikes, let's get out of here before we get killed too.
Can't believe this is happening.
We have to do something to protect ourselves. And fast. It's Mr. Wright. Apollo, I got your message. Messages. How is she? Is Trucy okay? She's not crying, is she? Does she have a lawyer? Mr. Wright, it's all a giant mess. Poor Trucy. And the office! Our office! Apollo? Okay, okay. We both better take a deep breath. Well, I see. He's saying you have to be out by tomorrow. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I wish there was something I could have done. This is quite the mess, isn't it? Even if I left right now, I wouldn't be there in time for the trial tomorrow. I'm sorry, Apollo, but I need you to handle this for me. Of course. We can handle the defense, but the office... It's too soon to give up on that. What do you mean? The contract only addresses Trucy's liability if she causes the show to be cancelled. So you just have to prove in court tomorrow that it wasn't Trucy's fault. Hey, you're right. So everything depends on your winning that trial tomorrow. Trucy's fate and the fate of our office. It's all riding on your shoulders, Apollo. I know. I'll be fine, right? Apollo? I've been watching you grow over these past 2 years. That's why I can say with absolute confidence that you'll be fine. Really? I've seen you earn victory after victory in some pretty dicey situations. And guide Athena. Help her along with her way too. That's why I know you're ready. Why I know I can leave Trucy in the office to you. I believe in you, Apollo. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you. I'm fine. Everything will be fine. You can call me anytime if you feel that you need to, but I'll be fine on my own, right? Yes, I think so too. I can do this. That's the spirit. Give it your best out there, Apollo.
What is it, Apollo? What are you smiling about?
Who, me? It's nothing. Mr. Wright believes in me. I can't let him down. We have to win this trial, Athena.
Couldn't agree more, and I'll do everything in my power to help.
Opponent tomorrow? Prosecutor. Shadmati. Prosecutor Shamadi, huh? Mine now of all times. Still, I don't care who it is. Can't afford to let my guard down anymore. Down for anyone.
O restless, wandering soul of the dead.
Prosecutor Sadmati. Oh. Sorry to disturb you, but I figured I should tell you. The lead attorney's been decided. It's Apollo Justice.
Apollo Justice.
Whee. A lot longer than I thought it would. Anyway, that will then be all for today. Be back for the trial tomorrow. But now though, bye.